But the whole thought of Kai Havertz, the big money move from Chelsea, when Chelsea haven't really been able to utilise much of him to what we know he's capable of, right? And Arsenal seems to have the same dilemma. They can't seem to really figure out where he fits into the side.
Well, first of all, there is competition. Let's not forget you have competition. You have players that have been performing going forward. You have Martinelli, you have many players that are better and maybe more decisive than he is at the minute. For him, scoring tonight is a good point because maybe he's going to claim a bit more time to play, but he's come to a bigger club at the minute. Arsenal is bigger than Chelsea. Chelsea is in a reconstruction mode. Arsenal is already established and they're already fighting on the top. So he's surely going to have to put some shift in. Tonight he did. He's going to have to work really hard. I believe if you reach that stage and if you're playing for a national team, Chelsea and Arsenal, you must have some qualities. But you need to deliver on the pitch because Arsenal fans are very harsh. They want you to perform every single moment you get to play for the club, and he hasn't been doing enough. His body language is not the best also to show that he really wants to do it. But tonight he put his head...
Maybe that's just him. Maybe that's just how he behaves.
It seems to be
really
his personality, yes. I think he wants to do well, but you know, when you have criticism, it's never easy, especially when you come to a new club. It's a different language. So you need to adapt because you won't have so much time to do it. Some players are pushing and some will claim to also start games and have some time to play. So he knows what he has to do, and tonight he started well.
Why is it always a split when it comes to Kai Havertz, Carlton? Not just Arsenal, but also Chelsea as well.
Well, he's not performed regular and good enough for the amount of money he's been paid for. He's undoubted quality. I mean, he scored winning the Champions League, so he'll be a Chelsea icon. You know, he's got undoubted ability. The problem I think he's got at Arsenal and the problem I think he had at Chelsea is where is his position.
Are we any closer to figuring that out?
I said, well, if they say his position is the number 10, he's going to struggle at Arsenal to get regular game time because they don't play with the number 10. They don't play that way. So, and Chelsea didn't play that way. Most of the, you know, Arsenal are 4-3-3, Chelsea played a 4-3-3. So he's not an out-and-out striker, and I think that's the problem. So, you know, but maybe it'll evolve for him. Maybe it will evolve, and if he keeps scoring goals, that they'll look to get him in the side in a position where he likes to play, which he's not an out-and-out striker. He's a number 10 playing off a striker, and that Arsenal might have to evolve that way. They need to go, if they want to go on and win the league title, they have got to get a frontman in. They've got to get an Ivan Toney. He's been out a while. They've got to hope that they can get him in. I hope he can hit the ground running. Then they can play an Havertz off him or an Odegaard off him. You know, and it gives them a different dynamic when teams are going to sit in deep like Brentford did. A lot of teams are going to do that against Arsenal because they're going to say they play good football, they play, sitting deep against them and frustrate them. Then as the game gets longer and it gets stressed, they could get it on the break and get beaten. They've got to make sure that they win those type of games like tonight, 1-0. And that's so important to have the two lads at the back, Saliba and Gabriel. I mean, they're so important to them. That defensive pairing is vital for them.
Jeremy?
Yeah, I think why they're so split with Kai Havertz is that, yes, he's not a number 9, but when he plays number 9, his stats and goals are just not good enough for a number 9. His position is a number 10. His stats and goals for a number 10 are just not good enough. So that's where the split is.
I think the best game so far was playing that right centre midfield where Odegaard usually is at. But that's always going to be Odegaard's position.
Yeah, so your best player is the number 10 role, but his stats is not good enough. As an attacking player, he doesn't contribute enough to the team with assists or goals. And for big money like that, and for attacking players... Does he contribute in
other ways, though? Like maybe...
Well, no, he's not a tackler. He don't track back, he don't put... He's just a good player. But like I said, if you're on a number 9, number 10, out wide, you want your player to be having assists and goals. And at the moment, he's not chipping in with that. So I guess that's where everyone's scratching their head thinking, what are you?
Yeah, but for that money, they must have had a plan to some level, Arteta.
Yeah, to bring him on last 10 minutes against Brentford and score a goal.
No, but sometimes a player doesn't flourish at one club and can flourish at another club. That's just the way it is. It happens, and it's happened many times, and it'll happen, you know, again in the future. You remember Juan Varane? He struggled at Chelsea, went to Manchester United and was brilliant. You know, the great players sometimes need the right surroundings to play. He's a talented player. He's still young. He's still young. If you're going to win a league title, you're going to need a squad, right? But what Arteta's got to be careful of is that the situation is created with the goalkeeper, that he doesn't create that with his outfield players. The players have got to know if they're playing well, they're going to stay in the side. You've got to know that. You know, I mean, Man City, you pretty much know what their starting 11's going to be if everybody's fit.